The humanoid robot race just flipped a switch. Boston Dynamics Atlas is now at the center of a real industrial transition, and the latest announcement out of Seoul makes that shift feel immediate and tangible. At the 2026 CEO Investor Day, Kia Corporation revealed a roadmap that shows Atlas moving out of development and into real manufacturing environments. The company plans to begin industrial deployment in 2028 at the Hyundai Motor Group Metaplant America in Georgia, where Atlas will be integrated directly into factory workflows. The expansion then continues in the second half of 2029, when Kia Autoland Georgia comes online, followed by other group facilities around the world. Atlas is expected to support 16 core manufacturing processes from the start, which shows just how seriously Kia is taking this shift. The plan is backed by a massive $49 trillion investment, or about $36 billion, with more than $500 million set aside for AI infrastructure and talent. What makes this even more important is the position Hyundai Motor Group has built behind the scenes. After acquiring Boston Dynamics, Hyundai did not treat robotics like a side bet or a branding exercise. It made robots part of a broader vision for future mobility, automation, and industrial transformation. Atlas has already been tested inside Hyundai facilities, where the robot is learning in real factory conditions rather than polished demo spaces. That creates a powerful loop. Hyundai helps build the system, deploys it in its own operations, gathers data from real work, and uses that feedback to improve the next version. Very few companies can design the robot, own the factory, and control the rollout all at once. What if Hyundai's strategy works perfectly? Does that make them the Tesla of robotics? Share your thoughts in the comments. To understand why this moment matters so much, it helps to go back to how Boston Dynamics got here. This is not a company that appeared because humanoid robots suddenly became trendy. Boston Dynamics has spent more than 30 years working on one of the hardest problems in robotics, and that journey passed through failed ownership changes, government programs, and one real-world disaster that exposed just how unprepared robots were for human environments. That disaster was Fukushima. When the nuclear plant was hit in 2011, the world saw a brutal truth. Even advanced machines could not move through spaces built for people, open ordinary doors, climb stairs, or handle basic human tools when it actually mattered. That failure pushed DARPA to launch the Robotics Challenge in 2012, with the goal of building robots that could operate in the same spaces humans do. Boston Dynamics entered, and Atlas became part of a much bigger mission than showing off movement or balance. But the roots of that story go back even further. We turn complex robotic stories into clear, real insights you can actually understand. Subscribe to the Next Gen Humanoids and stay ahead of the curve. Mark Raibert founded Boston Dynamics in 1992 as an MIT spin-off, driven by a simple but incredibly difficult idea: building a robot that could walk on two legs. The challenge was never just getting a machine to move forward. Every step changes balance, shifts weight, and forces dozens of joints to react in real time. Reibert's breakthrough was realizing that walking should not be forced like a rigid machine. Instead, the robot should work with physics, letting inertia and gravity become part of the motion while the controller makes small corrections. That idea became the foundation for the dynamic walking systems that still define the best-legged robots today. That early work drew serious support. DARPA poured roughly $200 million into Boston Dynamics starting in 2008, funding projects like Big Dog, the four-legged robot that became famous for carrying heavy loads across rough terrain while staying upright under impact. But even though Big Dog proved remarkable balance and control, it failed military field tests for a very simple reason: it was too loud. The robot could be heard from far away, which made it useless in the kind of missions it was built for. Even so, the engineering lessons were not wasted. They helped Boston Dynamics move toward a bipedal platform, and by 2013, the first Atlas had arrived with one capability that really mattered: staying balanced in difficult terrain under real physical stress. That progress caught Google's attention. Under Andy Rubin, Google went on a robotics buying spree and added Boston Dynamics to a broader vision of robots becoming the next major platform after smartphones. On paper, it sounded huge. In practice, it collapsed almost immediately. Boston Dynamics came from a world of long research cycles and engineering precision, while Google wanted scalable products and faster commercial results. But the deeper problem was simpler than that. Google understood software, cloud systems, and data at massive scale, but it did not have factories, manufacturing supply chains, or the industrial base needed to turn a robot into a real physical product. SoftBank came next in 2017 and pushed Boston Dynamics closer to commercialization. That pressure helped create Spot, which became a real product with real customers, but Atlas remained stuck as an extraordinary machine without a real business model. The hydraulic version was expensive, fragile, and difficult to maintain, which made it impressive but impractical. Then in 2021, Hyundai Motor Group stepped in and bought a controlling stake in Boston Dynamics. At the time, many people saw that deal as risky. In reality, it turned out to be the first ownership structure that actually made industrial sense. What do you think was the biggest reason Google failed with robotics? Lack of factories or wrong expectations? Comment below. The reason comes down to one overlooked problem: actuators. In a humanoid robot, the electric joints that move the body are one of the hardest and most expensive parts to build. They have to be strong, precise, efficient, and durable enough to survive long factory shifts. That is exactly where Hyundai had an advantage. Hyundai Mobis had already spent years producing electric power steering systems at automotive scale, and those systems share much of the same architecture as humanoid joint actuators. Instead of inventing everything from scratch, Hyundai could adapt a manufacturing strength it already had. That gave Atlas a path to scale that earlier owners simply did not have. The result is the new electric Atlas, and it is built for work, not just spectacle. The robot stands about 6.2 feet tall, weighs around 198 pounds, and has an arm reach of roughly 7.5 feet. It offers 56 degrees of freedom, with some joints able to rotate a full 360 degrees, which gives Atlas movement patterns that go far beyond ordinary human limits. It can lift up to 110 pounds at peak, handle 66 pounds in repetitive operation, and operate with IP67 protection against dust and water. The battery lasts about 4 hours, but Atlas can swap that battery on its own in just a few minutes, which makes long, continuous operation much more realistic. But the body is only half the story. Atlas also needs intelligence that can turn movement into useful work, and that is where Google DeepMind enters. Boston Dynamics announced that Gemini Robotics will help power the new Atlas fleet, giving the robot the ability to understand natural language, interpret the factory around it, and act without being guided through every step. Instead of following a rigid script, Atlas can take a broad instruction, understand the environment, and decide how to complete the task. It can also learn through demonstration, where one recorded task helps the system extract the skill itself. Through Boston Dynamics' Orbit platform, that learning can spread across the fleet, which means one robot's improvement can become everyone's improvement. Do you think the real breakthrough here is Hyundai's hardware advantage or DeepMind's AI? Comment below. That is why Atlas feels different in 2026. This is no longer just a robot that goes viral because it can move well. It is becoming a deployable industrial system shaped by Boston Dynamics engineering, Hyundai manufacturing strength, and DeepMind's reasoning models. Kia is preparing the rollout, Hyundai is building the closed-loop industrial base around it, and Atlas is moving closer to real factory work at scale. The factory of the future is no longer a vague promise. It is already taking shape, and Atlas is right at the center of it. And this is just one part of a much bigger shift happening right now.